you money, and I'm over here can't even fucking pay my fucking rent, bro.
The rent is too damn high. The rent is too damn high.
I represent the rent is too damn high party.
At what point did we stop being human and we say money trumps everything, including people?
Rent is too damn high. How are people supposed to afford life right now? Every time you look around, rent is going up, up, up. It's not going down. I mean, after you pay your rent, you don't have nothing left. So what are you supposed to do? This is crazy. How are people supposed to live? How do you afford life? Welcome to Shana Real Talk TV, where we talk about real talk, real life, world news, trending topics, and relatable content. Please check out this clip and tell me what you think.
And it's to the landlords out there. Y'all have tenants that's been consistent with y'all for years and years renting y'all property. Y'all raise the rent because of the economy so y'all can be able to pay y'all taxes and mortgages. The tenant can no longer afford the rent, so they move out. You list the property and nobody can afford the rent that you're listing. So the property goes months and months and months without being occupied. And now you're losing double than what you could have been making, leaving that tenant at that price. With this economy, these landlords got to understand, like, they got to break even somehow. Because if nobody's going to rent these properties for what they asking for. And then if you list it to sell the property, you're going to be losing out on that, how the housing market is. Because you're going to be forced to sell your house for less than what it's worth because everybody then threw their house on the market. So you losing. It's a lose-lose regardless of what you do.
Landlords, you're not checking our credit score anymore. You're checking our blood pressure. You want 3 times the monthly income to rent some of these places. Average rent in America just hit $3,000. So $9,000 a month. The average American is not making that kind of money. This shit's crazy, dude.
And what I'm about to say may piss a lot of landlords off, but I don't really care at all. But I'm gonna read to y'all the qualifications that this person wants for this house. And it ain't an amazing ass house. We're not talking about anything super expensive. The rent, like I said, is $16.95, $40 application fee per adult. They want you to make 3.5 times the rent. Standard, for whatever reason, is 3 times the rent. When majority of Americans don't even make 3 times a $1,600 a month rent. I don't know where people just get up and be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna make this a national standard that people have to make 3 times the rent amount. Majority of people can afford 2 times the rent on a specific basic home like this. But this person is going even further. They don't want you to have 3 times the rent. They want you to have 3.5 times the rent. They want the last 2 years of your W-2s, the last 3 months of your check stub, driver's license or ID, social security card. They want you to make 2 months worth of rent as your security deposit before you even move in, and you have to have a credit score of at least a 670. I'm trying to tell you off the bat, that disqualifies so many people from being able to be in a home that is decent. Let's add that up, why don't we? Off the rip, you have to pay first month's rent, $16.95. You have to pay $40 application fee per adult, and let's just say the standard adult is 2 adults, right? You have to pay, if you have a pet, which majority of people in Houston do have pets, dogs, it's a $250 non-refundable fee per pet. So let's just say you have a pet. We're going to add that up. And then you have to make 2 months of the rent to equal the amount of the security deposit. So that's $16.95 times 2. All right. And on top of that, we're not even talking about your utilities and all the things that you have set up. They want you to have rental insurance before you move in. Standard rental insurance is probably about $25 a month. Let's just say that. Before you can even move into this house, sitting in a savings account somewhere or just idle money, you already got to come off of this amount of money. I don't know at what point we stop being human, though. Even as an investor and a landlord, at what point did we stop being human and we say money trumps everything, including people? I don't get it.
Y'all want to know the real rent crises in New York and the problem? It's buildings like this going up. How the hell can a one-bedroom in this building cost $3,350 in Flatbush, Brooklyn? Just think about it. How much money you have to make to afford a building like this in the hood? They say 30% of your monthly income should go to rent. So in order for me to afford a building like this, I gotta be making at least $11,100 a month. How many transit workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, and other city workers can really afford that? None. How about this building right here on Linden Boulevard? If you want a 2-bedroom, you gotta be paying $4,000 a month. Who could really afford that as a city worker? None. I can guarantee you, no middle-class landlords own those buildings. Crazy thing about it is, for that price, you getting an apartment the size of a closet. The middle class is not leaving New York to buy mansions. They're leaving New York because it's cheaper to rent a house outside of state than to rent an apartment in New York City. These politicians love talking about the poor, but they have officially abandoned the working and middle class in this city. This is not gentrification by accident. This is displacement by design. The other tricky part when it comes to affordable housing is either you make too much and you can't get the apartment, or you make too little and you can't get the apartment. There's a lot of city workers that fall into that gap right there. You cannot call it affordable housing if you need a 6-figure salary to qualify. When rent eats up 50, 60% of your paycheck, that's not housing, that's economic punishment. Transit workers, sanitation workers, nurses, we're not asking for luxury, we asking for stability. New York City don't have a people problem, it has a rent problem. Politicians who never work city jobs don't understand city wages. Let's be clear in New York City, the middle class isn't shrinking, we're being evicted. And when these buildings go up, guess who has final approval? The city council. So when people ask me what politicians do I trust? None.
I just saw how much my rent is living in California, and it really pissed me off. It's actually almost $1,000 more than what I thought I was paying. Starting now and every single month until I move out, I'm going to be putting in a new service request for them to fix something around my house. I don't even fucking care if it's broken. They can come in and replace it. This month I asked them to come and trim the bushes and weed whack around my unit. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. In case you were curious. So if you could start sending me some of your maintenance request ideas in the comments, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
I need to come up with $4,000 by April 20th in order to secure a cheaper apartment that I'm looking into. They want $250 per cat for a pet deposit. Why do I have 3 cats? $120 for the application fee already. I saw someone else do this on TikTok with their student debt. She went live and everybody donated roses and she was able to pay off $20,000 in student debt. I think 1 rose counts as $1, so if I get 4,000 roses, I can move into my apartment. That is more affordable. Do I think this is gonna work? Absolutely not. But am I going to try it? Yeah, because I'm out of ideas. So if you see me go live, that's what's going on. Come and hang out in the chat. You don't have to donate, but that's where I'll be all day. We'll see how this goes. It's gonna be an interesting experiment, but it's worth a shot, I guess. I'll see you guys there. It's because of inflation. Don't say inflation. It's not inflation. It's greedy landlords. Rent increases have outpaced inflation. Rents rose 14%, which is much higher than the overall inflation rate of 9.1% year over year calculated back in June. It is worse than that in some cities.
Rent is too damn high.
In some cities, it is much worse, up to 30%.
Rent is too damn damn high.
The Fed raising interest rates doesn't help. That means it's going to be more expensive for people to take out mortgages with the higher interest rates, and that's going to drive would-be buyers into the rental market, further driving up rents. So how are home prices going up if people can't even buy them? Investors bought 24% of single-family homes nationwide last year, and this is up from 15 to 16% annually going back to 2012. So investors buying the homes increases the housing costs? Investors will buy 6 homes, 4 of them for $200,000, but the last 2 for $400,000, effectively raising the estimated price of homes in the area. Then they'll sell the first 4 with a $200,000 gain. But this means they've now priced out all of the sellers, forcing them to become renters or leave the area. Okay, so what if you can't afford to rent, you can't afford a house, and you can't afford moving costs? Over the past few months, homeless shelters are reporting wait lists have doubled and tripled in size. So what do we do about the landlords? People have a lot of ideas about that, but the bottom line is we need a public option for housing. We need rent stabilization, and we need to prevent the sale of any homes for people using it as a way to flip them and make money, as an investment property to turn it into a rental. So if housing costs are so high, how are we on this really nice porch in a suburban neighborhood? Because this is a stock photo.
Rent is too damn high, and there's nothing else to talk about. Rent is too damn high.
3, 2, 1. Happy rent day, player. Rent due, car note due, car insurance due, credit card due, phone bill due, light bill behind, gas bill behind, water bill behind. Your partner looking for that $20 that you owe from last year. Your mama want her $500 back that she let you borrow. Your kid birthday coming up. Your birthday coming up, your wife's birthday coming up, anniversary around the corner, Valentine's Day around the corner. Don't you gotta be to work in the morning? You got a lot of stress on your plate, player. What is you in here celebrating? You ain't like these folk in here. You ain't got nothing to be happy about. Everything is due. Everything is behind, buddy. Put that flute down, brother. You ain't got no business drinking champagne at a time like this. Button your shirt up and get out of this party. You gotta be to work in the morning. Your boss already ready to let you go. Get on up out of here, buddy, before I get mad. You know better than this.
In 2009, rent was $690 a month. The minimum wage was $725. In 2023, the rent is $1,150 per month. The minimum wage is still $725. How can the rent literally almost double, but yet the minimum wage stayed the same? It's been like this for over a decade, $7.25 an hour. It needs to change. How can we go about getting this to change? Do we need to write our politicians? Do we need to cause an uproar? Because this is not making sense. There's so much homelessness and people are poor and poverty out there because this is still the minimum wage in the year 2024. Make it make sense.
So first off, I know that it is way worse than this, what I'm about to show you, in other parts of the United States, but I have to share this. This was posted in my local community page this morning. Available for rent. 2,500 square foot house, 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2 master bedrooms. Kitchen has granite countertops, stainless steel, they've done paint, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff that they think is gonna incentivize you, but why would it incentivize me if I don't actually own it? You can only have small pets. Renters responsible for all utilities, no smoking inside the house. There is an apartment in the basement of the house that will be rented separately, so you don't even get the full house. $2,200 per month with a deposit of $2,200 and a pet deposit of $300. Minimum 720 credit score, 3 times the income to rent. As much as I hate math, let's do some. $2,200 a month times 12 is $26,400. When you add in that deposit and the pet fee, $28,900. So you might as well say 30 grand for the year to rent this place. When you do $2,200 a month times 12 and then times it by 3, you get $79,200. And then if you add in that deposit and the pet fee, again, $81,700. So let's go ahead and say that to rent this place, you have to make minimum $82,000 a year. Now, I don't know what you guys consider a small town, but this was the population of my county 2 years ago. 37,188. And And the reason I say that is because it's very rare that I go on Indeed in my area and find a job offering more than $13 to $14 an hour. If you make $80,000, $90,000 a year, you're probably going to buy. You're going to buy before you absolutely cannot buy at this point. So the reason I tie in the population and the general wage in this area is because the people that are making $13 to $14 an hour, yeah, they can't afford that, but they're the people that are renting. And just to further this perspective, I quit my last company after 3 years. I had gone from part-time to full-time and switched departments, worked my way up, okay? And as someone in accounting, I was only making about $27,000 a year. That is a wage that I was making working as a supervisor at Walmart about 6 to 7 years ago. Stagnant. Wages around here are stagnant. Again, I know it's worse. I know it's worse. Some of you are going to look at that and go, that's a pretty good deal. But knowing my area, that blew my mind to read. That landlord is going to make easily $30,000 just on that, and they didn't disclose the amount of the basement apartment underneath either, so they're probably getting another $20,000, let's say, on that. I'm just throwing out numbers now. Eat the fucking rich. And if you're a landlord that's doing this kind of shit, eat you too.
And they always say don't compare yourself to others, but I see people going to Coachella and fucking like buying all types of shit, just pointless fuck you money, and I'm over here can't even fucking pay my fucking rent, bro.
Your rent has gone up, and if you looked on Zillow recently for relief, you've probably been bummed out. Got a bad case of the I can never move agains. You're not imagining it. A study finds that for the first time ever, rent is unaffordable for half of all U.S. renters. The study from Harvard finds rents went way up during COVID. Half of renters paying more than 30% of their income on rent. 25% of people pay more than 50% of their income on rent. The study author told NPR, even though rents have started to come down in some expensive areas, people most in need are not seeing a lot of relief. She says new apartments on average are more than $1,400 a month. Now remember, this is nationwide. She adds that millions of low-cost apartments have been wiped off the market. Average cost for an apartment in LA County is $2,700 a month, although that is down about $300 since last year. It is still nearly twice the national average.
What's a young college graduate to do?
Stay home.
Yeah.
Live at home.
I guess so.
Yeah.
ADU
Build
in the
a nest
back.
egg.
I mean,
yeah.
But this should be no surprise because everything has gone up. Everything is super expensive. And with that, you ask a landlord how much it costs them to get a sink fixed, to get, the apartment re-cleaned and painted. Everything is through the roof.
Learn how to do it yourself.
Yeah.
There you go.
Especially if you're a homeowner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Thank you for tuning in to Shana Real Talk TV. If you like content that's real, entertaining, and actually says what people are thinking, you're in the right place. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. I appreciate you all. Happy every day.